My study habits are quite terrible, as in I don't really study for anything until mostly the night before, or if it's really serious, at most about 2 nights before.
They're not the best. I tend to procrastinate. I think somewhere in my mind I believe that my best work gets done when I'm under pressure, which is probably not true. But that being said, I do get my work done and stay on top of everything. I write down everything, so I make sure I don't forget any thing like that.
I study last minute. I have a lot going on, a lot of organizations and things, so I end up usually cramming for exams and papers and whatnot.
I would say I get the most work done when I'm in Garland, but I have this problem where it's too quiet and I end up falling asleep. So right now I have a system where I circulate between all of the computers in RAND. So I do an hour on one computer, an hour on a different computer.
If I really need to get things done, I go to Baseball Glove Lounge, because with all the windows, it's a nice open space, it's very calm. I hate libraries because I feel stressed and in enclosed spaces, which is never fun. I also really like studying in RAND if I have a lot of time to do something, because it's nice and fun and I see friends, which is always a good distraction.
This year I've studied a lot in my room because I have a single, but in the past I study a lot in Featheringill, spend a lot of time there. Stevenson Library I'll go to occasionally.
Always Stevenson or Cafe, Starbucks, Last Drop.
For science exams, I make really extensive study guides where I just take put my notes and the lecture slides and compile them into one massive guide with highlighted and different colors and everything. But then for liberal arts classes, I generally just go over the concepts and my notes.
I think it's good to work on a reward system. So you tell yourself if you do this many hours of work, you can say have a half-hour coffee break, or you can watch an episode of this TV show.
Pace yourself, and I think it helps too to do a little bit of different things. If you have a couple tests coming up, study for one for an hour or two, then study for another, and don't try and study for the same thing for 6 hours, because then you just get sick of it.
Start early. Don't wait until the last minute, or else you are going to have a really difficult time getting everything in and getting all your studying done.
I'd say if you're going to cram, and I've gotten very good at this, cram efficiently. Don't get bogged down definitely on the details, several hours before the test. Just look over the main points, make sure you don't miss any of the most important stuff that you're probably going to get asked a 12-point essay question on.
A professor once told me it's better to look at a page of notes and then try to write it down from memory after that, instead of just copying it down, because you're just basically writing it again. You're not actually paying attention. So we'll see how that works.